Sounds good to go.
Looks like organics aren't going to be a problem here.
Hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Wait a minute. We'll find out, won't we? Well, I've spent weeks trying... Yeah, well, I don't have time. I'm about to meet with a... If you're ready, my... Follow me.
I hope you're enjoying your visit.
You want a drink? Maybe a room for the night?
Kick back with a drink from the bar and enjoy yourself. I took this job so I could be here to see all the runners.
Is that Donovan Weiss? Damn. Guy's a legend. He's run the mile more than anyone alive.
Yeah, well, things changed.
Who are you? Is that so?
The deputy here isn't. Since part of that money is.
So you're investing? Seems like a strange...
I guess an introduction. Difference is her crew.
Except now he's looking to... That's exactly what this means. Look, the bad news is... The good news is...
But you're not gonna tell us yet.
I want the same thing. But like I said, get one of the few people...
May Devon. We've suspected for some time. If she's in business...
Yeah, well, so... I can tell you right... She wants... Of course, people...
Yeah, well, I'm not going out on...
You've been a ranger long... Runners attract a lot. You, on the other hand...
You don't have to do this. All right. It's your call.
Planned this out real good, didn't you?
Don't forget the part. Seems to me like we're all...
If it's really as simple as that, we'll wait here for you.
Really going to take on the mile, huh?
Hey, good to see you.
I'm a little short now, but
Ah, a new face. I wonder, is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile? Or simply one seeking a respite from the burdens of life? My name is May, and I'm the proprietor of this establishment, home of the famous Red Mile. I assume you're familiar. Never heard of it. Never heard of it? I won't even ask how that's possible. You're in for a treat, then. The Red Mile is the settled system's most exciting sporting event. Brave contestants from all corners of the galaxy come here to try their luck in a deadly race to the finish. Those that survive are celebrated as champions. Those that don't are quickly forgotten. I'm happy to answer any other questions you might have. In the meantime, please enjoy our world's famous hospitality. That is true, but Mr. Graziani values his privacy. What is your business with him, exactly? It's quite a leap of faith that you're asking me to take. I have no particular love for Marco, but he is a business associate, so I must protect my reputation. Fortunately for you, I'm in a generous mood. It's been too long since we've had proper entertainment. If you're willing to provide it, I'll give you Marco. Are you prepared to run the Red Mile? Good. Once you've begun, I'll collect bets from my patrons who will place wagers on your survival. That's what every runner says.
I wish I shared your optimism. The mile's very real.
Now that we're clear on what's expected of you, are you ready to begin? Good. Come with me and I'll introduce you.
All the fun of Neon, plus betting on whether people are going to survive. Yep, these people are total winners.
Value patrons and honored guests. For my brave soul.
I don't give a shit.
A runner. To test the Red Mile. Now is your chance to get a good look at our fearless challenger as you contemplate your wagers. Do
Take the good stuff. Leave the rest.
Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed. In fact, you seem none the worse for wear. I'm not easily impressed, but you've managed to surprise me. As promised, I'll set up your meeting with Marco. I'll dispatch a courier to let him know you're coming. Please take a moment to relax and enjoy our hospitality. I'll return shortly.
Sorry, friend. I don't do autographs.
You made it.
You must be tougher than you look.
You're back. Are you okay? And here I was feeling like a nervous wreck the whole time. Guess I had nothing to worry about. Anyway, I'm relieved you made it through okay.
Why? Afraid you'd lose all that work you put into your smuggling investigation?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. All you see in people is what you can get from them. I'm glad, because that was an incredibly brave thing you did. And we need rangers with that kind of courage. Also, I owe you an apology. I was pretty awful to you at first. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, and you can drop that whole intimidation
Yeah.
thing you're trying.
Sorry about that. Just got me at a bad time. Now let's move on. Once you're on your way, I'll return to the Rock and let the Marshal know what's going on. Come home safe, Deputy. That's an order.
You always were the soft one, little sister.
Oh, go to hell. Or at least make yourself useful and get us some drinks.
Warriors are driving all the business out of Red Mile. Thanks to you, I'm barely able to fulfill my very lucrative contracts.
You'd rather go back to the days when this place
People
was
will be
raided
talking
and
about
plundered on a regular basis.
It can get rowdy in here sometimes, but we try. Time for me to keep my promise, runner? You can find Marco on Kodos aboard his ship. I'd advise you not to keep him waiting. He is not exactly patient. Good. Travel safely, runner. Should you ever crave the challenge of the mile again, it will be here, waiting for you.
Planets like these are my favorite.
Boss is in the back.
Marco's done well for himself. One might say too well. I mean, I would say that at least.
The first. Don't mess around.
Why don't we have a room like this? Just full of knock your socks off trophies. You know, really flaunt our success.
Welcome. May's message didn't exactly make it clear why you wanted to meet with me. If you're looking for work, my organization is always in need of pilots and security personnel, willing to take risks. You've heard of the First, I take it. I'm not just a member, I also help to fund the outfit through a network of independent traders. Of course, illicit goods are the most lucrative, so there is a constant need for skilled pilots. Ah, I see. You did well to find me. I'm not an easy man to locate. Though I suppose we haven't exactly been keeping a low profile lately. Given the nature of the contract, a degree of exposure was always a risk, but a calculated one. To be honest, I think the Major is all but spoiling for a confrontation with the Rangers. Still, I confess, I'm a little disappointed that the Marshal sent a deputy instead of a full-fledged Ranger.
This deputy might just surprise you, Marco.
And who might you be?
The name's Sam Coe.
A name well known across the Freestar Collective. It's an honor to welcome a descendant of the great Solomon Coe.
Yeah, well, that name probably means more to you than it does to me.
Your deputy friend here could have a bright future, assuming we all keep our heads. Attack me, and you'll never get off this ship alive. I have a better idea. I'll give you what you want, if you agree to do the same for me. I won't tell you everything. I do still have some loyalty to my unit. However, I can point you in the right direction. In exchange, I want the Rangers to let me operate with a free hand. I have a better idea. Instead, I tell you something you don't want to know. But you should. The Council of Governors is a group of greedy and corrupt liars who are using you and the other Rangers to protect their own interests. Do you really think they give a damn about the people of the Freestar Collective? Whatever road brought you here, your journey ends today.
Blood in my eyes. It'll take more than that. Me and my friend here are gonna teach you manners. Oh, God. No. Time's coming up. go. Nothing gets by me. Want to mess with me and my friend? Ha! Whew. Another one for the scoreboard back home. Waste not, need not.
Sam, this is pretty serious, isn't it?
There is just no hope. I mean, what can we do?
I don't know how it got this bad. I really don't.
They shouldn't have traded players. It was a bad move.
We traded our top player for two mediocre ones. Who makes that kind of deal?
stop wouldn't be the Charybdis system, would it? We gotta report the distress.
Hey, deputy.
These rangers are some hard-blooded folk. They ain't afraid of anything.
Hey there, deputy. How goes the hunt for the first? Good, good. If you ask me, I don't think they stand a chance. You're like an Ashta creeping silently through the high grass, waiting for your chance to pounce, and then boom! Down they'll go. So, did you get any more of those encrypted slates? Because, let me tell you, I am so close. Oh, come to daddy, you sweet little piece of technology. You go stalk your prey and leave the rest to me, deputy.
Come in, deputy. Take a seat.
Sit down.
While you've been in the field, we've had more reports about farmers being threatened and attacked. Unfortunately, some didn't survive. Yeah, well, you might have to. How's your investigation proceeding? That's assuming he finds something useful. Otherwise, you'll be no better off than when you started.
Come on, Emma. You know as well as I do how tough this job is.
That's exactly my point. When it comes to deciding who earns a Ranger's badge, I will not compromise.
Let's move on. I asked the other Rangers to share their opinions of you, and there are some things I want to go over. We'll start with Ranger Callow in Hopetown. She was grateful for your timely arrival, and impressed you had the guts to take on those pirates. Nia says you were respectful with Ron Hope and didn't push too hard. That shows me you were listening when I said to go easy on him. Duty has to come before personal feelings. I'm glad you understand that.
Let's continue. We've got a detailed report from Ranger Price about your recent visit to Neon. He said you took on a syndicate loan shark to help an informant. And if the syndicate decides to retaliate, you've endangered every one of us. Violence begets violence, Deputy. You do well to remember that.
You got results, and that's what matters most. Price was impressed by that. Said you really took the initiative.
Ranger McMillan praised what she called your uncommon bravery and dedication. She said you took on the Red Mile so you could get a meeting with Marco Graziani. Is that so? Well, I hope that's not just false bravado. There's nothing wrong with feeling fear. More often than not, it'll keep you alive.
So what happened with Marco? I doubt he gave you that slate out of the kindness of his heart. Too bad. I was really hoping he'd cooperate. Guess the threat of going back to prison was just too much for him. What about Maya Cruz? Her loyalty to Hull and the 1st Cavalry was stronger than most. I guess I'd want the same thing if I were in her place.
Excuse me, Marshal?
Not now, Alex. We're in a meeting here.
I know, but this is important. I've done it. I've cracked the encryption on the slates.
Now, I don't know exactly where the First are headquartered, but there are references to a place called the Factory.
The Factory? That was our nickname for the main facility where the mechs were manufactured.
Under the terms of the peace treaty, they shut all the mech factories down right after the war.
But they didn't destroy them. At least not all of them. The facility was on Arcturus 2. It could be a dead end, but if it's not, then you'd better be ready for a fight.
If I seem strict, it's because I'm protecting the integrity of the Freestar Rangers.
Cracking the code was so easy. It's almost like they wanted it.
Better this than being some dust ring. I feel for the folk in the street.